Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Ah, spoiler alert.
Hey there, Artie!
And gas.
When you have a power outage and you don't know what to do, then you go and crash at Artie's house and get recording done too! Hey guys, it's back. We're back for Phoenix.
That was a good opening.
For Phoenix, right?
That was better than most rap songs that I've ever heard, to be honest.
Yeah, wait, I had a power outage at my house, so I'm crashing at Artie's, so we're recording.
Yeah, that's basically the only time we do get to record is when the power goes out.
It's not true.
Anyhow, we're on the Monsters Tournament. Oh, it's gonna be the end of the freaking investigation. We click once, and then it's to be continued. It's literally what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does it do that?
I don't. Ask the Google Play Store that.
It's the
save game.
It's the
No.
Android store, I think. Actually,
We refuse to save.
No, we already had a save point.
We have a save point.
Marty actually remembers where we are, surprisingly. So,
but will I remember all of the things that happened? Probably not.
Brief recap. Jinxie said that her dad told her that he did it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. April 19th, 9:30 a.m., District Court Courtroom number 4. No lobby intro. Going straight to court. Day 2. Court is now in session.
Okay.
All rise.
Everybody stand for the national anthem. What is the national anthem of the, Japanifornia?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early
That's not
light?
Japanifornia.
It's America. That's what this game takes place in.
Japanifornia. Oh, this isn't Japanifornia.
This is definitely
Japanifornia's theme
America.
song would just be like.
It's definitely America that has the 1,000-year-old yokai spirit.
Oh yeah, that's
that
in
immigrated
New
here.
Jersey. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice Defense Team Leader is ready, Your Honor.
Athena Sykes, Assistant Defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis prêt.
As chipper as ever, I see. And in French, no less. And the prosecution?
And all the French boo me.
He has new handcuffs because he broke his old
them.
ones. Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Maybe you just shouldn't make me a prosecutor while I'm in jail.
Maybe. What
Never
an
thought
odd
about
idea.
that.
Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today.
You probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says.
Yeah, his honor has to fight to defend his honor today. I swear his buttons look like a DDR mat.
The judges or
No,
Blackwell's?
Blackwell's. On the front, they look like little arrows. Maybe
They do not
my
look
eyes
like
look
arrows.
really bad.
Yeah, I think your eyes are
Dance,
just...
dance, revolution.
Are you talking about... Oh, are you talking about these?
Yeah, I'm talking about those.
Oh, I thought you were talking about these.
No,
I'm
not,
like,
not
those,
the,
not
those
in
are,
the slightest.
Those are like Liberty's kids buttons.
Oh yeah, I guess I can kind of see it.
Dance, revolution.
Your boldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement.
I already delivered an epic
I
opening.
have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of a court. The one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse?
I'm just confused, bro.
Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then? I'll make a special exception just this once.
Here we go again.
Yep, more of Blackwell's mind games. Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that...
Already spat all over his hand.
Just a little bit.
I saw it come out. The prosecutor.
The victim, Alderman Rex Cubey, was the amazing Ninetales. What a twist that absolutely everyone saw coming.
It's Zeus, but with foxtails.
We also learned that the amazing Ninetales was a key figure in the yokai craze in the anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Cubey's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party, but further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room. Ergo, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Ah! Did I say something wrong? That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time. Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchild. Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events. Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify. The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime, well, does that not demand some sort of an explanation? The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed? That was but an act to protect his daughter. Oh! Yes, of course. I had suspected as much. Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture! Would you care for some witness testimony, then?
Sure. Who's coming up again?
I don't know.
Who's coming up, Roses? It's not LaBelle, because
Not
there's
yet.
no way he'd be there unless we're ending the trial.
Yeah. For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one who left behind the Tenmataro farce. Witness testimony? I bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
I hate Filch.
I hate LaBelle a lot more.
I hate both of them, but at least LaBelle is funnier to talk to. Filch
Disagree.
Filch just steals your crap and is like, like grabbing his hat.
Yep. Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
Jinxie, no.
Oh, you again? I didn't think we actually got him again. Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today. Been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine.
Great.
Indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip. Like those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes! Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place. Yipes! No, please! I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running. Your statement, now. Yes, sir. Mr. Blackhead, sir.
He may need a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackquill.
Yeah, Blackquill doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type.
I want more lines from Athena.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime. I just need to, have you watch the opening cutscene of Athena talking every time before we record this.
Well, because we take so long in between sessions, because we're both working or I'm at college, and then I'm like, I forgot everything.
You didn't forget about, any of the other voices.
Well, that's because
Athena.
Jinxie was weird. Like, really weird.
Definitely weird.
She's like goth, shy goth. But then also like,
Speaking of Jinxie, the yokai is Jinxie. Tenmataro's really that little maid gal, ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But that little runt had a big ol' staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on it in the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation, I just know it.
okay.
So, Tenmataro was short in stature. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along?
I mean, you're short in stature.
You betcha! Besides, all the rest of the manor were way taller than her. Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
That'd be funny.
It's like Lord Farquaad in the Shrek musical.
Yeah, exactly.
Weren't no knee walking, I seen it myself. Then perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all. All monsters are naught but tricks, either in the mind or the cheap parlor variety. So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. Oh ho ho! Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally! The janitor's deathly complexion and all white attire are, no doubt, partly to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this and that. That actually sounds like a real ghost to me. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Okay.
I want to hear more about the janitor. I don't really care about Filch's testimony.
Yeah, I don't care about Filch.
The yokai is Jinxie. But is it really? Tamataro's really that little maid gal.
He's a pig. His nose went like...
By little maid gal, you mean Sachi? I mean, no. Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny the so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
Let's be real, Sachi would totally be in one of these games.
And be the killer.
And be the killer, yeah.
No, you got it all wrong.
Sachi would never be the killer.
Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of a lesson it was? Oh, it was, what was it again? Yipes! Yeah, now I remember, math! You know, numbers and stuff.
Prosecutors.
He's completely under Blackwell's control, too. Anyway, that Tamataro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference?
Mm-hmm. His eyebrows are like the reverse of what eyebrows are normally. It's like
that's the least of my concerns.
It's like
about
you
his
went.
appearance,
It's like
actually.
you went to the me maker thing, and you were like, "Well, what if we move them and just?"
Yeah. I take it you got a good look at how tall the Tamataro impersonator was. You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up. I can even give ya a primer on how to pull it off. All under the table, match. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them real good before I relieve them of their valuables. He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court! Does the witness hold that this Tamataro entered the foyer? Darn right I do. Even though you, said the exact opposite yesterday.
Yeah.
The little runt had a big staff. Tell us more about this.
Carry a big stick.
Well, you're not going to brush it all off by claiming the perp was short. Must have hit a raw nerve because you ain't all that tall yourself.
Says the one on the box!
Look who's talking, mister! I've got to stand on a box just to testify? Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say Tamataro that you saw he had a staff? Cross my heart, hope to die. I know because it went a jingle and a jangle. And where do you suppose that staff came from? The staff, you say? Well, I betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene.
We literally proved she didn't do that, though.
I suppose you mean to say that Jinxie Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one. Well, I ain't ever seen a staff like that in the manor, so it had to be the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, really? The stench of a bell is thick in the air today.
Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Tamataro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say?
Could Jinxie have even entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to? There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place? Well, I got my hunches about that.
Oh, I have a hunch, breakfast, dinner, and lunch.
Would be so much fun to munch if I
I
could
had
have
it
it
with
with crunch. We quote Arthur a lot, don't we?
We do. We just watched Arthur.
Not that episode, though.
No.
Wallop you? And why would the so-called yokai want to do that? That little maid gal never did like me. She always hightails it when I come round, or she sticks these weird papers on my noggin.
She does it to everyone.
She probably thinks of him as the dreaded Tanuki monster of Kyubi Manor or something.
I mean, I do.
We need to prove that Jinxie isn't Tenmataro. But I've got no idea how we're going to do that.
All we have to do is prove that it was impossible for Jinxie to turn into Tamataro. And that it might be easier than you think.
We have to prove
she
Jinxie
didn't.
can't turn into a monster.
We have to prove she did not undergo a magical girl transformation.
Yeah,
Gone wrong.
there you go. Really?
Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Tenmataro for all to see.
This is the dumbest thing.
Oh no, this doesn't even crack the top 50.
I mean, it's not the. It's so. Oh man. Also, Filch, you need some serious sleep. Or some eye cream.
Or both.
Or both.
So, some of us just have baggy eyes. Okay, well, Oh, we don't have the staff as evidence?
Well, but we had the label, hairspray in the chamber.
Also, the key was locked and the mayor swallowed it, so nobody could get into the Forbidden Chamber.
The mayor swallowed it?
Yep. It would seem that Tenmataro was, in fact, not this innocent little girl. Huh? How'd you figure that? You claim the Tenmataro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one.
How do you swallow a key? I'm still stuck on that.
Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, but, like, people, like, have issues swallowing dimes. You know?
You just dump it in applesauce and put it in cake and then swallow it.
No! I don't know.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
Yeah, it's really easy. You just bake a cake.
The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder.
Ew.
He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber.
He didn't do that, though.
What's this? This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Mrs. Tenma discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Tenmataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma. Back! Yeah! What? What?
Yeah, that's right, boys.
But then who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenmataro? Our Tenmataro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's aide. Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek?
Yes, we found his hairspray can inside of the Forbidden Chamber.
Yes, in fact, I can.
This isn't hard.
Very well, let's see where the defense is going with this.
I would be a terrible lawyer.
Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenmataro
You see,
impersonator.
the impersonator had this weird goblet statue thing, so that must mean that he's the...
Yeah, no. We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenmataro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. But Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner? I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. It might tell us who it belongs to.
Or, you know, the business owned by the aide.
And he's not selling his products to anybody.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint analysis. No need for that, your baldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. You called Prosecutor Blackquill? Could anyone be more whipped? Foolbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes.
Foolbright.
Your wish is my command! Very well then, I guess we'll just wait right here.
This is a lot better than when I first drove in here. One of your neighbors was playing, like, rap music that was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a lot better.
It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. What do the results show?
They're my fingerprints.
What in the world? They're Florent LaBelle's prints, aren't they? This is absurd. Prosecutor Blackquill? I'm not going to like this, am I? Don't tell me they're Tenmataro's prints? Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... Phineas Filch.
Objection!
That's funny.
Wait, what? What?
Then Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little tanuki! Explain yourself now! Sure, them prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle, after all. So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
No, LaBelle always wears gloves.
So what if I did? Got a problem with it? Yipes! You fool of a tanuki!
Wow, he's a real idiot, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean? Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... wait a second. Does this mean the Tenma Taro holding that staff was... Phineas Filch?
He's short.
Yipes! Another cat out of the bag! But Mr. Filch is Tenma Taro?
Caw.
Caca. I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer? I mean, we saw LaBelle kill him at the beginning, so... The witness will explain himself this instant. Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenma Taro in the village exorcism ritual.
You know, as you do?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you mean that event at the Ninetales Festival?
Imagine the conversation. Hey, oh, it's the mayor. What's up? Oh, Phineas Filch, I have a really good project for you. This is gonna bring in so many crowds from the other neighboring towns. This is what I want you to do. I want you to dress up as a bird and perform this exorcism ritual.
No, have the exorcism ritual performed on you.
That sounds great!
Oh, sure thing.
Sure thing?
Well, because remember, we saw the guy in the costume at the beginning.
Caw.
So that was you inside the Tenma Taro costume. Yup, and after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program, dressed as Tenma Taro. Just Tenma Taro's just chilling on the couch watching wrestling. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers. So we didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
This is like walking around with a cat. Oh my gosh, I think there's a cat in the window. It's a kitty!
He is a kitty.
There's a kitty across the street.
Aw.
Oh, it's so cute.
Cute boy.
Wow. Oh, kind of chunky too.
Ooh, Chonky boy. I love Chonky boys.
I love it. Oh.
That's when I looked at the Tenma Taro costume and I got a great idea.
Filch, you're not nearly as important as this cat.
Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word. In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible. Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place? Because of the treasure there! Thought that was my big chance to sneak in and nab it!
Oh, that's why there was that statue thing from his family.
Yeah.
He was trying to get that. Yeah.
Treasure?
It all makes sense.
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it?
Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from the grandpappy to grandson.
Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus the mayor swallowed the only key that would open the Forbidden Chamber's door. And you had to solve the really easy puzzle to open it. You couldn't possibly have gotten in! I could through the air vent in the foyer.
Well, there goes Cat. Don't know where he went.
The vent's left of the alderman's picture. I went in and made a nice little hole. Used that to get into the air duct that leads into the Forbidden Chamber, I did. You what?
But how is that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. And that's how we got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent? He is small.
So Tenma Taro was nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather, a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer? I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
Yeah.
And where is that costume now? Heck if I know! And it ain't my fault if you never find it.
What?
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manner.
I dumped it over the side of the house. You'll never find it again.
What if it was tossed outside the manor? Ah!
The window.
We flew out a window!
Oh my gosh.
No way! But maybe, just maybe. The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice. Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here?
Dump her out the window.
We flew out the window.
He flew!
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor. You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go to do something like that?
Because was?
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Man, they really hold your hand for this. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you. You do?
Yeah.
This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmataro costume for the window.
They were like, oh,
wait,
this is a
it
new
was
one
back
for
on
the
the first
3DS. Maybe we'll make this easier for newcomers.
Make it rated M.
Make it rated M. Yeah.
Only smart people will get for these puzzles. Ah, that's Tenmataro flying through the sky. And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window?
Rated M for exorcism.
It's quite simple. No, it's rated M for something worse. That's not Tenmataro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
It could be worse than exorcism.
Nothing. Ah, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
If it was rated M for exorcism, we would have had a different M-rated
True.
Ace Attorney game.
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy.
Cool.
What? Yikes!
Oh my gosh, the bird didn't actually fly? I thought it flew.
Oh my, so there really never was a yokai.
Yeah.
Duh, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume? This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting. Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell?
No.
None whatsoever. I'll deal with that tricksy Tanuki after I've dealt with this case.
I'll give him that. Okay.
We did it!
He's gonna pin the blame on someone else.
Good going! Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection!
Uh-oh, it spelled it out. That means he's got something big. Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber?
Out through the air ducts.
The air duct was super high up. Probably the same way he got in, for the chamber's air vent. And what of the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
Maybe it's like those doors where you can, if you're in the inside, you can open it up, but if you're on the outside, you gotta do like the elaborate open up thing.
Maybe he went out for the air vent, then ran into the room so he could track the feathers and tracks everywhere, then ran out again.
Like the Tenmataro just runs in the room, stop,
Exactly.
runs out.
But the
Which is why Jinxie ran into him.
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you, isn't that right? Yup, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
Hold it!
Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
The bell.
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare. Like how the reflection from my head blinds the few fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark. That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall.
It looks like he's riding the staff, like,
Woo!
That's why I was confused. I was like, Tenmataro's flying there. I don't know.
That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't opened until after the crime was discovered.
But wait, we still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection!
I hid behind the dumb screen that nobody looks at.
Well, you little Tanuki, when the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there? Nope, only one was there. The only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail. Humph. If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to? Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Ah, don't tell me. Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma. Ah!
Oh no.
Wait a second! There has to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there!
There we go.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh well, that would be...
Objection!
It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I just was testing your attention to details.
Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Ah, not that insufferable!
Even he thinks it's insufferable.
Very well, the court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say.
They just bring in Jinxie.
Whose alibi no longer holds up? Ugh,
Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Lech. Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
Already do I have the face?
Ugh, don't make that face again. True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Ah! Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
No.
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here, neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi. You can't do that!
Do that!
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know, even though we never ever punish it. Aw, shucks. Mercy, your honorship, mercy. Ah! I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber is for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
Yeah.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess.
To eat cookies.
After
And Taco
which
Bell.
time we will go and see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself. Yes! We're finally going to drag that slippery snake out onto the stand. Culvers, here we go.
I brought pork rinds.
I brought pork rinds. Black was like, I really did not want to call that moron to the stand.
I didn't want to eat pork rinds.
He's classier than pork rinds. In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations.
I would argue most people are more classy than pork rinds.
Maybe.
Oh wow, did you hear about that trial? Yeah, it was pretty great. It was
Oh, man.
pretty insane.
Anyhow, here's some pork rinds.
The bailiffs are eating them.
April 19th, 10:25 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court!
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine! That mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle!
I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo! Yay.
Oh, I guess no to be continued. Okay, I guess we'll just end the episode there then. Yeah, April 19th. Back in March.
That's the slowest text.
It was very, very slow.
Slow.
That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time. We get to get LaBelle to the stand.
LaBelle.
My least favorite character in the entire series.
Really?
Probably. Him or the chef. Him or the chef.
Really? I wouldn't
Yeah.
even put those two at the bottom.
I know your bottom is Maggie Bird.
I
'Cause
also
you
hate
her.
Spark Brushel.
Spark Brushell's not that bad.
I just don't like the way he looks.
That's fair. He is kind of off model. Alright, well, tune in for the next episode. It's going to be a rip snorting good time. Until we meet again, my friends, have a great day and God bless.